of the program today. We're here in Ogba, to be precise. We're here getting ready for the. Hello, good morning. You're welcome to the program this morning. I'm Christian Chico on this wonderful edition of the program Bystanders at the Newsstands. I'm here this morning, as you can see, with this t-shirt written Jesus, because right away in Afghanistan, people are being killed, especially Christians are being murdered on the ground, in underground cells. Some are brought out and beheaded, while others are crucified. Some others are also burnt alive in Afghanistan currently. There is a crisis when we talk about the Christian community in Afghanistan. And we are protesting. I personally am protesting against this onslaught against Christians in that part of the country. The Taliban are disguising, promising that they want a peaceful transfer of government, that they assure everybody of protection, but they are secretly going from house to house, murdering Christians. I'm wearing this t-shirt. I'm protesting this morning. Just in the news, found out that a two suicide bombers detonated their bombs, and 13 U.S. Marines were killed in Kabul airport in Afghanistan. 13 U.S. Marines were killed in the airport, and all the scores of Afghanistan also died in the process. You're welcome to Bystanders at Newsstand this morning. I have my committed, wonderful reviewers here this morning. Mr. Chigozie is here, Mr. Raphael is here, Mr. Loki, Mr. Charles. We are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines this morning. I have with me the Nigerian Tribune with me this morning. I have the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Let's look at what we have in the papers. PDP crisis. Court restores Secondus as chairman. Court restores Secondus as chairman. Catholic Bishop saying that Nigeria becoming most terrorized nation in the world. This is the second time they are saying it. Nigeria becoming most terrorized nation in the world. Terrorism sponsors. NBC queries Channels TV over autumn. Olawumi's interviews. Over terrorism sponsors. NBC has called Channel TV reporters to Abuja, querying them over Governor Autumn of Benue State and Olawumi's interviews. Main headline on the Vanguard: injured helpless as blood scarcity hits hospitals in Plateau. Injured helpless as blood scarcity hits hospitals in Plateau State. Emergency wards, mortuaries saturated with victims. Emergency wards, mortuaries saturated with victims. We will continue to have recurrence unless there is justice. Lalong is saying we will continue to have recurrence of these attacks and bloodshed unless there is justice, the governor is saying. He says that those behind crisis resident in other states, those behind crisis resident in other states. No one should be above the law, Sultan tells federal government. No one should be above the law, Sultan tells federal government. Task security agencies to demystify unknown gunmen attacking communities. Task security agencies to demystify unknown gunmen attacking communities. Urge President Buhari to convoke, chair national confab. To convoke and chair national confab. He urges the president. As Khan president condemns ethnic religious coloration to just massacre. Khan president condemns ethnic religious coloration to just massacre. Buhari working to leaving behind safe, prosperous nation in 2023. LGF is saying Buhari working to leaving behind safe, prosperous nation in 2023. SGF assures. ACF condemn killings on the plateau. Okay. IGP receives NPF panel report on DCP Abba Kyari. IGP receives NPF panel report on DCP Abba Kyari. Let's move over to the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Above the masthead, we have another court ruling on settles PDP. Another court ruling on settles PDP. Akiwomi is acting chairman. Party says Kebbi High Court reinstates Secondus. Eboy insists no land for ranching, denies collecting federal government's 6 billion naira. Eboy insists no land for ranching, denies collecting federal government's 6 billion naira. Below the masthead, Stella Odwa dumps PDP to APC. Stella Odwa dumps PDP to APC. Abba Kyari, IGP receives probe panel reports. IGP receives probe panel reports. Buhari announces 287 billion naira NNPC profit after tax for 2020. Main headline on the paper this morning: Red Cross worry over shortage of blood. NMA laments rising number of victims. Red Cross worry over shortage of blood. NMA laments rising number of victims. NBC queries Channels TV over autumn interview. NBC Nigerian Broadcasting Commission queries Channels TV over autumn interview. Presenters question in Abuja. Abducted Niger Islamic school students released. Abducted Niger Islamic school students released. 12 years Marines, over 60 Afghans killed in Kabul swing explosion. 12 US Marines, over 60 Afghans killed in a terror attack, suicide bombing in Kabul. Lastly, security agencies must identify and prosecute all unknown gunmen. Security agencies must identify, prosecute all unknown gunmen. That's from Sultan. All religious leaders inciting the public must be arrested. All religious leaders inciting the public must be arrested. Attack on NDA shows nowhere is safe in Nigeria. Okay, that's it. Let's move to our review this morning.
Good morning, Chuku.
The first time, Mr. Rafa is starting as the first person.
Yes, I introduce myself. I'm Mr. Raphael. I hail from Anambra State. I never deviate from being what? Blunt. Outrageously straightforward. Okay. I always stand on my points. I don't deviate. I don't compromise. I accept bribe to promote what? Justice, equity,
you accept bribe,
and peace. Yes, I accept bribe to promote what I know that is accepted generally by the people of the world.
The word bribe.
Yes,
there's some things attached to the word.
Thank you, thank you. Someone might call you forward. For instance, Mr. Raphael, come. Stop doing what you are doing. Stop saying what you are saying. As from today, start advocating, saying good things, right things about Buhari. When he or she or they as an institution or an organization or agencies know quite right that Buhari is not doing what is right. So I will collect such money and still vacate, abscond to the faraway land of the rich, land of the truthful people, and start this agitation. I will be bombarding them the more, telling the whole world the truth. That's what I mean by accepting bribe.
Double standard.
It is not double standard. They should bribe me now. I will collect that money. The money belongs to me. The money belongs to us. It is no double standard. Good morning, viewers. I appreciate you. Your viewership is the reason why we are here every morning to speak the word of the truth to you.
Okay, let's look at what happened yesterday over the interview of Governor Autumn. DSS invites the reporters.
Yes, reporters who interviewed Autumn under the platform of Channel TV. You know, they were actually, doing the right thing. What I mean is that they did the right thing. There should be freedom of speech for everyone in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. There should be freedom of speech for the press, for the social media, both electronic, house media, everybody within that premises medium or media from where messages are disseminated to abroad. There should be freedom of speech. No, nobody inciting the public. Autumn himself is fighting for what is right. Buhari himself is not doing what is right. I come up again as a blunt person. Why? I told you yesterday that herdsmen went to Benue State, killed people doing that we are conducting night vigil at Catholic churches. They are not one church. Not only that, they killed the priests, ordained priests of God. They killed the night vigil, Christians doing the night vigil themselves. The night vigil attendants were killed. They were numbering in their 60s to 70s. You were aware that should be 2018 or 19. January, February time. I told you yesterday, Christian, the same you, that Buhari did not go immediately as number one citizen of this country, as number one chief security officer of this country, as number one chief justice of this country. Are you listening to me? As our number one father, Mr. President. So that's why I'm telling you that everybody has right to do what they are doing in regard to what Governor Autumn said when he was being interviewed by that platform called Channel TV.
Garba Shehu laid an allegation against Governor Autumn in that interview. He said, why would he say Buhari should come and kill us in Benue State? If you watch that interview, that's what is inciting, according to Garba Shehu.
Oh my God, when a man is overwhelmed with emotion, when a man is overwhelmed with fury, when a man is overwhelmed with anger, when a man is highly infuriated as a result of oppressions from a particular section of the country, when a man is overwhelmed by emotion, by by mere provoked over so much provocation from the section of a government called the executive organ of government, such statement is what? Inevitable. Such remark is what? Is inevitable. What are you saying? To come and kill all of them in Benue State is to resist Mr. President from what? Imposing open grazing routes, open grazing law. He wants the Fulanis to be grazing everywhere in Benue State after victimizing millions of Benue citizens. I don't start again, no. I have started again. They will be talking that I don't profile solution. Is there any solution that is better than the fact that Buhari should come out and stop his kinsmen, Fulani, herdsmen, terrorists across Nigeria and say, please, under the platform of Mighty Allah, don't come to Nigeria again. Please go back to Futajelon Highland, Senegambia, Mali, where you originate from. We don't want you to mess Nigeria anymore. Is there any profiling solution better than this? What is it that would have culminated to that highly insensitive or sensitive remarks from Autumn? Is what I'm reliving now. Yes, you come out, you dispense equity, justice, peace, and otherwise, and the likes, so that people will know that truly you are an advocate of justice, not devil or a Satan advocate.
An advocate of justice.
Lie. No. It is unheard of. In this current regime, nobody has ever exonerated him that is sane enough. Nobody has ever said that Buhari is an advocate of justice in Nigeria now that is sane enough. Such an advocate or advocacy
that is sane enough
is satanic, Satan inclined. Yes. You don't tell me that Buhari is an advocate of justice. What happened in the Barakwa community in Oyo State happened. A Ganga community, Fulani killed and killed. Enugu community, Nibonisa, Fulani killed and killed. In Benue State, many thousands were killed. You are telling me that such a man is an advocate of justice? I know the definition of justice, maybe more than you. Because
you can tell me.
Nobody has
You can tell me,
the prerogative to allow fellow human being slaughtered like goats. Nobody has the prerogative to regard human lives less, below zero than cows, livestock. You are telling me that such a man is an advocate of justice? Nobody with sane mind could do that, could have done that. Nobody could remain silent when 35 just indigenes were slaughtered amidst just barely an hour after having a consultation or meeting with Mr. President at Atas Rock. Less than 24 hours, they struck again. The same domain that belongs to same governor Lalong that had discussion bordering on issue of security in Plateau State. Below or less than 24 hours, they struck again. Who is feeling the fuel of Fulani herdsmen insurgency in Nigeria? Who is putting fuel? Who is fueling it? Who is fueling it? Listen and listen good, Mr. Man, Mr. Christian. A Reverend Father was shot at Ogu Axis of Enugu State. They chased this man. He ran out of his car. He trekked on foot, like from here to Lateran Church, where he was ambushed again by same herdsmen, terrorists, and eventually shot to death. Has this kind of thing happened in Nigerian history before? Okay, do you know that it was before an aberration when we learned that armed robbers attacked priests and killed him or injured him? It is an aberration and abomination in Nigeria. Before, not now. Are you listening to me? Do you know, you are telling me that he's an advocate of justice. You are telling me that he's a good father and chief security officer. Do you know the meaning of chief security officer? Somebody that is overseeing the affairs of security, apparatus or formation of a country, a particular place, handed over to him. You are chief security officer of that domain. You don't allow any lapses, security lapses. You don't allow any security porosity to overwhelm you, or even the so-called security operatives that we have put in place to safeguard such domain.
One of the reasons why Channels TV was interrogated was because of the claims that Boko Haram sponsors are in Buhari's government.
Thank you so much.
And they claimed yesterday that Buhari is the top
usurper.
Top sponsor.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me put my point again, fellow reviewers. The blunt man is here. Who is Insa Pantami? Insa Pantami, with much evidence online, on internet, and even physically, was a former member of Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda group were the group that bombed the Twin Towers of New York City, WTO, New York City, in 2001. September 9/11 has become the most difficult, popular date on the history of the world today. Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden led Al-Qaeda terrorists. Do you want me to name them one by one, how they coordinated the attack on the United States of America, September 11, 9/11, 9/11, 2001? Do you want me? Pennsylvania, the one that nearly targeted the White House, was shelved from doing so as a result of serious let me tell you, bloody struggle with the pilots who wanted to ram the particular aircraft into the White House in Washington. They struggle, it enter bush. They just, compare the aircraft to flew into the bush or forest of Pennsylvania. The one that targeted Pentagon was, same struggle, allowed to only ram into the northern part of the Pentagon, which is the military department of Pentagon, the biggest office building in the world. Some people died. The one that successfully hit the WTO, I think we are driven. One of them was Mohammed Atta from Egypt. Who coordinated this attack? Osama bin Laden led Al Qaeda. Who are we talking about here? Who is partaking? Who partook then? We are talking about Issa Pantami, a former commissioner of what in Niger Republic. You are accusing me that I said that I'm giving you pure points and what? Demonstrating evidence that someone who partook in that organization was a member of that organization is in this current. It's not allegation. Everybody know. Pepper carried it here before. Pepper showed it before. News showed it before that Issa Pantami, they are warning Buhari not to include him in his government because he partook in or was among the Al Qaeda group. Should I come in with more points? Why is it that all the time Sheikh Gumi will be telling Nigerians to do what? Give amnesty to armed robbers, armed bandits, terrorists called bandits. Have you ever had it before that the government of the United States of America, Britain, all these are the countries that were terrorist attack prone before in history, negotiated or gave amnesty to such group, terrorist group in the history of the world? Bombing of Logby, Heathrow Airport, I think 1985 or 1988, yes, 85, 86, 88, was sponsored by Gaddafi. He later turned the culprits to the to the west to try him. Are you listening to me? There are many bombings by terror group in the United States of America. America has never, ever give them what? Amnesty. All in the name of repentance. They are repentant terrorists. Sheikh Gumi canvas for this, so that Nigerians will allow terrorists, bandits to live among us. They are repented. Who is repented? You are giving them what? Amnesty. What about people whose daughters were raped and killed? What about people whose husbands, sons and daughters were killed? They are repented. They will live among them. Then you want them to erase such anger and the provocation off their hearts and start integrating with terrorists in our society. It is impossible. I've cleared myself severally that any claim, any point we make on this platform stands as a natural truth.
Okay. How do you look at the actions of DSS? The actions of the DSS. How do you look at the action? Interrogating or inviting Channel TV reporters?
They are looking for something. They are looking inside the pocket of a man that is finding something inside the pocket of some people. They are looking how they will let the cats out of what? The sack. They are finding a way to nail Autumn. See, journalists, they can ask you a question until they lead you into trouble. Autumn is not somebody, is not a governor of one of the states of the Federation now that can hide the truth. Autumn has been pushed to the wall. Autumn has been attacked personally by herdsmen before. Around kilometers, several kilometers in the bush, farmlands, in Benue State. So he's not a man that could miss his word. He's not a man that could compromise truth and compound it with lies and falsehood. Autumn is saying the truth. Are you listening? The journalists, they did the right thing. That is within the context of journalism and the professionalism within that enclavement.
No,
you understand? They said the truth. No, nothing is inciting. Nothing is inciting.
I give you an example. Saying that Buhari should come and kill us.
Kill us.
Now you are trying to paint the president in a light that
No. Listen, you have figure of language, figure of speeches. You have parables, you have proverbs. Are you listening to me? You have sarcasms, you have onomatopoeia, and so on and so forth. When somebody speaks in figurative language in Nigeria, they will use it to nail him because this kind of country is not an advanced country. Buhari should come and kill us. Can't you explain it in, let's say, that
There's a
school.
parastatal of government
No.
that will interpret that for you.
School of literature. Let me not say school of thought says this, that if somebody said this, it's a literary language. Where did you come and kill us? Okay, we all advance and learn enough to understand when somebody is talking straight and when somebody is using sad.
Do you agree with me that that thing you said or I said is subject to personal interpretation?
Personal interpretation anyway. Perspective, but to some school of some circles, some area. Generally, it is not. We have think tanks all over the world.
Okay,
They will favor somebody that is right. They will never favor somebody that is wrong.
Stella Odua dumps PDP for APC.
That's very good. I quote today. Today is 27th. I will come to your question. 27th August, one of the most important dates in Nigeria. 27th August 1984, the same Buhari administration inaugurated and initiated war against indiscipline and corruption in collaboration with late Brigadier Tunde Ndiabo. 27th August 1985, the same regime of Buhari, the same man that is rubbishing us in Nigeria, was overthrown by the then Major General Buhari, Major General of Babangida. Sorry. Then in 1991, yes, I got the date. 27th August, the same Buhari created the state of Abia, Enugu, Kogi, Taraba, and so on. Very, very important date. 10 years ago, 27th August 2011, the Secretariat of United Nations in Abuja was bombed by terrorists called Boko Haram. An important date. Then way back, let us talk about or discuss about what Stella Odua did by defecting from PDP to APC. That is the normal business that is going on within Nigerian political mainstream. Nigeria politics, PLC, Onyegieka. He who has biggest money wins or carries the day. You don't allow Stella to stay there, sit back, seeing every canale, cross-carpeting to APC, to join in eating the national cake.
Why are they cross-carpeting?
They are cross-carpeting because they are racketeering. They are playing rackets.
Musketeers.
Racketeer, yeah. They are bridge players. They are political profiteers. All of them are in search of greener pastures. Now, in APC, in search of money, in search of high positions in the future, comes 2023. And Stella Odua, maybe someone must have called him. Madam, what are you doing? You are sitting back there, sitting there. I said, PDP member, go and cross-carpet to Buhari and his wife, the Federal Executive Council, the cabals. Let me use pidgin English. They don't pencil you down, say, now you be the next Nigerian president. Don't tell Uzodimao, don't you ever tell Fawemi of Ekiti. Don't tell Soludo, never you tell what do you call my governor? Obiano. Don't tell Okezia, never you tell Lalong. Don't allow Sanwo-Olu to know. That is how they instigate all these southern governors and crash their head together. And they keep on fooling themselves.
Okay, lastly.
If he joins or cross carpets from PDP to APC, none is my business because I'm neither APC nor PDP. I made it clear every day that I stand by my party. In the night, in the afternoon, anywhere in Nigeria. APG. Hey! If anybody gives me bribe from APC, from PDP, all the political party, I'm going to accept it because that money belongs to us. It is the money generated from NAPC. It is money generated from agricultural sector. It is money generated from the payments, the money we lavish every day on NEPA, illegally. They tap and steal and suck our money, taxpayers' money. If anybody gives me bribe in Nigeria, if I don't accept it, it means I'm a fool. I know what I can use money to do. Money money from government, local government, state government, federal government. It belongs to me. I'm part of this country. I suffer for this country. Nigeria has been collecting from me, collecting. They don't give to their citizens. So why shouldn't I accept any money that comes from anybody? Thank you, viewers, for being patient with me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. I'm Mr. Chigozie. Good morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning, Christian,
Good morning.
and to the esteemed viewers across the globe.
Yeah, I'm tempted to ask you the same
Good
question
morning.
I asked Mr. Raphael. If they give you bribe, would you collect?
Well, I want to start from his parting words. He said, thank you, audience or viewers, for being patient with him. I have listened to that, his opinion or personal opinion, of course, which, of course, he is entitled to his opinion. He has just invariably told you, summarized his personality. And you see, I may not have anything to say in contrary. That is probably what he represents. That if he's given, of course, a bribe, he don't have any option than to take it. By bribe, he means inducement, which means, for me, I don't share the same opinion or position. So I believe the problem of Nigeria is that we don't have credible leaders. And if you're not a credible follower, you cannot emanate or emerge as a credible leader.
Neither hold accountable.
It's very unfortunate. A leader is someone who should be trusted. If you're entrusted with any responsibility, a leader is somebody is a custodian of whatever is entrusted to him. So it's very unfortunate that the leadership, most of Nigerian politicians, not even Nigerian politicians at this time, most of the people within the Nigerian system are morally bankrupt. And unfortunately, the government of the day has weaponized poverty, and deployed it against the masses. Of course, he said there are many things he can do with money. But I was taught by my grandfather of blessed memory, Papa Philip Alino, that good name is to be cherished than wealth, than riches. He taught me, he inculcated that discipline in me. And don't withhold what is meant for another. Don't allow it to be with you. When you have opportunity, you are given something to extend to somebody. You don't withhold it and without any and start giving flimsy excuses. Don't conspire against anyone to bring him down. These are the moral lessons that was inculcated. So I cannot take bribe or any inducement for whatever reason.
Okay.
I make my position known, and that is what I stand for.
Okay,
And people may misunderstood me that I am stubborn. Yes, if by stubborn you mean I am somebody that is straightforward, I'm resolute, I'm determined. I am not somebody that takes nonsense when it comes to my position. But I know I can be trusted because I have built that over the years, because I know that I'm a part of the leadership system that will restore sanity to Africa if given that opportunity.
Okay.
So it shouldn't come by surprise, and it's very unfortunate that we are morally bankrupt. Anything can go for it. And you see, people are looking for people who can be trusted. Of instance, somebody, even when I quarreled with him, I'm somehow controversial. Most times you can understand that if you're somebody that studies people, but I'm very blunt and straightforward. You can trust me with my words, for my words. And that is if I understood that you are not, you're a person that, of course, that is hanky-panky.
Okay.
That is not straightforward. In fact, I have less thing to do with you.
Okay, let's
It's unfortunate.
DSS arrested, they invited to query reporters from channels because somebody made a revelation that sponsors of Boko Haram are in the government, and also came to say that Buhari is this and that. How do you look at the actions of DSS?
It's a very unfortunate, and that is the system we are talking about. We are morally bankrupt people within the corridor of power who should have a fair play, who should see everybody equal before the law. What the governor of Benue State have just expressed is his personal opinion, which of course was informed by the happenings within the country. How can a sitting governor watch his own people, which he took an oath of allegiance to protect, their life and property, being killed, hacked to death, their buildings and houses being razed, and you expect him to keep quiet because he wants to please the people at the center? That is an act of cowardice. It's an act of stupidity. If he should do that, I must commend him for his courage. That is what you need to chart the way forward. We need people who can be trusted with leadership. You need people who can accept responsibility for their failure. We need people who are willing and have the political will to chart the way forward. But we are not seeing it forthcoming. We have people with good moral background, even in Nigeria, but they were not given the opportunity to occupy such sensitive positions. And will never be given such opportunity because of the configuration of our system, political system. They will not have the opportunity to serve. And that is why there is no future, there is no hope for this country. So why should you summon or query channel which is the eyes of the world? The media is the eyes of the world, please. And if you are plugging off the eyes of the world, it means you want to remain in total darkness. So it is lack of morality, lack of conscience that prompted the DSS to summon channel television. Most of the medias have been bought over, have compromised, which is of course is against the ethics of journalism. You say it as it is. Of course, when the need arises.
One of the ethics of journalism, that's fairness. If you are interviewing this side, give opportunity for the other side to speak.
Of course, yes.
If you were to interview Governor Autumn, knowing that he has a position, you should have invited somebody else that they might believe he has another position different from Autumn's.
Yes, which of course is not too late. So they have the prerogative to decide when to invite, or if you decide to extend such invitation or to be invited, that is good. But Autumn has made his position. Any person who has a contrary opinion or a superior reasoning should also be given such opportunity. That is simple. So I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just that even I watched Donald Trump before his exit from the White House, when he was being interviewed or queried. I mean, is it interview or queried? I think it's not queried.
Interrogated.
He was being interrogated by a group of journalists.
Okay.
They were about to call him, please, Mr. Trump, can you please allow me to talk? Please, you should not intercept me. This is the president of the whole world. You see, being intercepted in the course of conversation. Because these people are civilized, they have built a system that allows equality of every citizen before the law. You are only privileged to have been or emerged as the president of that state. Good, invariably, everybody has equal opportunity to do same if you intend to vie for such position. But in Nigeria, if you talk, they come after you. You see, we are not afraid of that. We are already dead, of course, because we have made up our minds to do the ritual, to be the advocate for the voiceless.
So you're on the side of Autumn?
I am on the side of equity, and that is what my name represents. Chigozie Christian. Ejogu means equity, fairness, and fair play. That is what I represent, and it is not a surprise. You see me towing that line after my name. I believe in that. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm working towards. I am living in that consciousness, having been brought by a good family background, which of course has great respect for morality and equity,
Okay.
rather than the riches of this world.
Just
How
kill
can
it.
you sell your own reputation because you were induced? In fact, we are morally bankrupt, and with
Just
such
kill it.
system, that's why we must build a nation called Biafra, where people's rights should be respected, where there will be equity and fairness, and you cannot feature in the government that is about to be ushered in.
Okay.
If you have
Did you hear
any,
the news about Uzodinma saying that he's not part of those people that are saying there's no open grazing? That there's open grazing. He's going to allow open grazing in Imo State.
yes,
That is an Igbo man,
he's an Igbo man.
a Biafran,
Uh,
because
uh,
by default, he's a Biafran.
By default, what Nnamdi Kanu rightly said that when Biafra comes, they are going to conduct DNA tests to ascertain the people, the real people that are truly the true Biafrans anyway. So I think on that premise, I may want to grant him benefit of doubt, depending on when that comes. Unfortunately, by his latest disposition, he may not. He may not have. I use the word may not. Let it not be that I'm taking a position on behalf of IPOB. You see, he may not have a part in the Biafra that is to come. So it's his personal opinion. If that makes him happy, if that makes him okay, fine. I'm not against that. But what matters most is what is the true position of the people. What are the people's yearning? By people, I mean the majority of the Imolites.
From what the governor is saying, I mean the people want open grazing. From what the government,
The people, the position of the governor, Supreme Court governor, is always parallel, opposite to the position of the electorate, the masses, the people of Igbo. I am an illustrious son of Igbo, of Idato,
yes,
and the Idato, yes, Ide Ato. So we understood the level of damage, the level of atrocity we have suffered in the hands of the Fulani militias. And we have made up our minds to put a stop to that. So we have representatives. It is not Usodima that should speak. We have representatives, and if these representatives, betray the confidence reposed on them, the people still has the right to push their will against every odd. That is where we are going to. The people have spoken that we are not interested in open grazing. And besides, I have told you that the entire southeastern states is lesser than Kogi State. So what are you looking for? Kogi State is about 29 plus thousand kilometers square. And the entire southeast, what you are calling southeast, we have been so marginalized, we have been so politically, sidelined to the point that they reduce us to that point. No wonder the president should call us a dot in a cycle.
okay.
It's very unfortunate. So what are they looking? What is purpose of them? What is his interest against his own people? Who probably, I know of course, he stole the mandate from the people. But yet he has the mandate of the people to do the biddings. What should be pleasant? He has the right to protect the life and property of the Imolites and the Imo residents. And whatever that will jeopardize the life or the interests of the masses should be vehemently resisted by all.
Okay, on a softer mode, somebody is saying Johnny Wise Ezenwa, DSS invited them, that's the journalists, to warn them to tell them the question they are going to ask people before inviting anyone to their station and who to invite. How do you look at that?
Well, for me, that is not my interest. My interest lies on justice, fairness, I've told you that we have a system that is morally bankrupt, and you don't expect such system to promote fairness, to promote, of course, justice, to promote the right. For crying loud, it is the rights of the citizens as enshrined by the Constitution. So, post-constitution of the, will I say, the zoological republic? Because what is happening in a country where people has no right to live, people's life of existence is being, is at the risk of being exterminated, and the government of the day is not doing anything to remedy the situation. They will only tell us, come here and make political statements, hunt the people. Where are you when the people invaded the state? You are claiming that they are not part of the state. Where are your security architecture to protect life and property, to man those supposed or intentional porous, created porous borders?
Okay,
It's very unfortunate.
If you are from Idiat or North or South, there is Mokike Emmanuel.
Okay, I heard from Ida to South.
South. Okay. He said he's from South also.
Okay.
Let's move over.
Thank you, my brother.
On our place. Security agencies must identify and prosecute all unknown gunmen. Sultan.
Oh my God. This has become a film theater, Nigeria. People will come and, you see, my people will say that somebody in the bush, you will go to the bush and shake the tree and come out and ask, who is doing that? Who is doing that? Who is doing that? That is just a typical example of that expression.
I don't want to say what you're implying. No?
Huh?
There's something you're implying now. I don't want to say it on air.
Huh? That is the truth. Most of these emirs are culpable of, they have hands in what is happening. Because you cannot tell me you are the supreme leader of Islamic movement in Nigeria, and you allow people, which I may describe at this point, due to the context of our discussion, as miscreants, which represent themselves as Islamic militias. You have not taken time to caution them or to send serious signal, warning to them. One of the emir in recent past says, of course, any attack on the Boko Haram are just attack on the Allah. It's an attack on Allah. So what are you trying to? People tend to forget things very easy. So for us, we understood the true position of what is happening. You can not tell me you have an oversight of your own people and you have not cautioned them. Look at the abduction that is going on. You are just justifying. Gumi is justifying their position. The level of atrocity meted on children. These are children abducted, subjected to psychological and emotional or physiological damage or torture. You have not called them and you are justifying them that they are doing that because they want to extort money from the federal government. When does that become? Has that become one of the tenets of Islamic faith? To abduct people, to abduct children and extort money. You saw all these things and you are just helpless. Probably there is something you are telling us. Your conspiracy of silence is speaking more loud. So we understood the killings in Jos, Christians. You have not come to condemn that. This is how many days now? You see, if you want to promote peace and national coherence, coexistence, you should rise to speak against anything that is anti-human, anything that is against humanity, irrespective of your religion. I'm talking of people in Katsina State. Am I from Katsina State? But it's a crime against humanity which I must advocate for justice. To be fair, it must not happen in Imo State before I start speaking. I also support the movement, the justifiable movements of Oduduwa restoration. Because I know with this system, we cannot foster unity. We cannot foster or engender prosperity for all. It's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
Yesterday there was a bomb blast, a terror bomb blast in Kabul airport in Afghanistan. 13 U.S. Marine died, over 60 Afghanistan died. Biden came out and took responsibility of that. How do you relate that to our own government? Taking responsibility of what is happening now.
You see, unfortunately, in Nigeria, you see the camp president condemning. You end up, you condemn. You are raising alarm. You see, that is not leadership. Leadership is action. Leadership is responsibility. Leadership is taking accountability and be able to communicate effectively. You see, you don't expect things to, disaster to loom before caution is employed. So what happened in the loss of American citizens? We also await the response of the United States government. Unfortunately, this wouldn't have happened under the watch of Mr. Trump. America will be missing Trump. I told people that probably it will just be the same scenario when, of course, Nigeria rejected a relatively calm and responsible government of Jonathan. They rejected Jesus and asked for the release of Barabbas, which eventually America has lost, which of course they remain the greatest promoter of democracy and the greatest defender of fundamental rights of the people, freedom. So where is that position of humanity? Where is the position of America as the police of the world? If you can evacuate your armies and whatever facilities, what happens to average defenseless Afghans, citizens? What happens to them? It's just the beginning of the genesis. Already they are now taking part of the suffering of the victim, even in Afghanistan. Let alone when they allow that system to strive. It means that America is in danger. And unfortunately, in Nigeria, you understood that the government or the people keep on blaming and giving flimsy excuses that are not justifiable, that are not cogent in love. Why should you lose life? The first happened. My people say, Atombo, Otonogwe, Atoabo, Otonogwe, Obogwe, Katorako. That is a thought for today.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chigozie. Look at it. Okay, before you come, please, Victor Olaito, popular actor. If you used to watch Tinsel series in DSTV, Victor Olaito died. He died abroad. He died this morning, and we are saying a big condolence to the family of the popular Nollywood actor, the guy with the afro and also the beard. If you know Victor Olaito, a popular Nollywood actor, has died, and we are sending our condolences to the family. I have Mr. Charles. Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Good morning, Mr. Christian. Good morning, Matt.
You grew up in the north.
Very, very well.
Have you experienced any bomb blast or any terrorist attack while in the north?
Yeah, I have experienced bomb blast, terrorist attack more than 4 times, my brother. When I was still schooling at UJ, University of Jos then, I was opportune. My classmate, my roommate was killed right there in my presence.
In your presence?
Yes.
How was he killed?
Good. There was a fight between the Hausas, as in, the Fulani invaded the particular place called Terminus in Jos then. That was 2008. When they came, I have a friend by name Solomon from Delta State, Abo, a final year medical student then. So immediately we are about moving out, we are just about to fetch water, and people were running for their life. Immediately a henchman, a Fulani man just came, shook my brother. Then I took him with a knife and shot him dead. Then I was a bit 5 square as in, I don't know how to put that. I'm not a science student. I was a bit far from him. Far from him. So that was how my friend was killed. Not even only him. Also because of also a friend of mine, a female friend, the same way from Onitsha here, by name Salome Ngwoke. She was also shot dead by Fulani herdsmen. Then that was 2008. Then I left Jos. From Jos, I moved to Zaria, where I finished my university there, Nebu Zaria. We were in a church on a particular Sunday in Catholic Church. That is St. Matthew, Wusasa. If anybody that knows St. Matthew, Wusasa, here in Zaria. We were praising God, you know, after the first reading. If you're a Catholic member, you know what I mean. After the first sermon, after everything, the Reverend Father was singing, he was about to preach. When a man now rushed into the church, we didn't even know that the person just dressed in form of a woman. Everything, you know, he moved down to the altar. Before he moved down to the altar, people started shouting, that is one of the Boko Haramic members. Before you know what is on the church, the whole buildings got down.
You were in the church?
I was at the church, but as God will have it, immediately this things will happen. God, we have taken our, you know, as an agile. I know. So, honestly, that's exactly what happened. I have experienced that in the north on several occasions.
With your experience, how do you look at what is happening in Jos currently?
My brother, what is happening in Jos currently does not come to me as a surprise. Or it does not come to me by surprise, because Jos has been a cog and a hard cause of what? Most of these terrorists coming, because if you're talking about Borno, the first place most of these people started attacking was Jos. Go and ask anybody. Most of these people started attacking Jos, but they now find out that, you know, do you know that in Jos you don't sleep? Sometimes I could remember when I was still in Jos, we sleep on that is, you climb on top of the tree, you sleep there. Because you are afraid. There's a particular place, community called Maza. Ask anybody. I'm from Imo State. I'm from Bisa local government, but I grew up in the north. But there's a particular place called Maza in Plateau State. Ask anybody. Overnight, they killed almost 70-something members of the community, citizens of that particular community. So that was exactly what made me to feel, and I left I left Jos, Plateau State, for not just reason, because of that particular thing that happened. I have to leave Jos then. So I transformed myself immediately from Jos to Kafanchan. I stayed at Kafanchan because I was still a student of Unijos. So what will I do? I have to abolish and abandon my studies there in Unijos. And I got the first admission at Abuja area. Then Rochas Okorocha was my patron, because he came back. That was asked. Rochas Okorocha was our Igbo patron then in Unijos, because he came back for second degree as a law student then. And he was welcomed by then Professor Salim Haji Anase. So at a point, we were advised as a student that everybody should have to take refuge, because if you did not do that, definitely your life is in danger. Because I watched my 2-3 friends being killed in my presence.
What do you think should be the solution?
My brother,
What solutions to what is happening in Jos?
the government knows what to do. The government of the day, they knows exactly what to do. They knows what you are supposed to put in channel. They don't know what they're supposed to channel in and do, because you cannot tell me that ordinary people that are not even up to in their 100, that government cannot even bring them down. You go to so many places, go to a place like Benue State, nobody is sleeping again. Go to a place like this Jos we are talking about, nobody is sleeping again. Go to a place like, what do you call it, Kaduna State, you hardly sleep over there. What are you trying to tell me? The government knows what to do. They should put some machinery in China, because if the whole NDA should be attacked, it means that your life and my life is in trouble. The whole NDA, I played football at NDA Barrack. That was in Kaduna, before Kakuri. I know Kaduna very well. Then, before you enter NDA, you have to, it means that tomorrow, before you know what is happening, even the Aso Rock itself is not safe. So I was opportunity to be in NDA. So how would an NDA be attacked? NDA has been attacked. It means that your life and my life is in danger. So definitely, the government knows what to do. If you are talking about moral bankruptcy from the side of our government, my brother, it has choked into their body to the extent that they don't even know what they are doing again. You are talking about our governor, the governor of Imo State. He's not my governor.
our governor?
He's not my governor because my own people. I'm from Abuja local government, but I'm not even complaining about the governorship now because everybody knows that the right person that won that governorship was not given. But there's an agreement, an arrangement from the Hausas community to put in Hope Uzodinma in that seat because they knows. That is why if you see Hope Uzodinma is behaving, sometimes I don't blame him because he is not the one working there. There's an arrangement to put him there. I don't know whether you are getting me. He is not the one in power. Somebody's put him there and he must dance to the tune of that particular person. When you go to Imo State, this is a state where, yes, if you're talking about in Igbo land, they are the most, they're schooled, doctors are there, but you hardly go there and find a very good job there. You cannot, there are so many things you cannot do there. So the government has, back to your question, you asked me that what should the government provide as a solution? The government knows what to do. I am not the government, but I am the part of the government. I am part of the citizen of this country. Their government knows what to do. If you go to so many places, you find out that there are so many people walking around the street doing nothing. At a point, what do you expect them to do? They will join the bandits. But I stand on my word. For instance, the last speaker said that if a bribe has been issued to him and the other person said he is a custodian of justice, this is what I may view as an individual differences. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. It's an individual differences, which in the sense that what you will do is not what I will do. I might collect bribe, I might not collect bribe, because it's not in my blood. I stand for justice. My name is Charles, and Charles simply means freedom.
Okay.
So
let's look at the NBC queries to the Italian TV over autumn interview.
my
How do
brother,
you look at the action of DSS and EMBC?
they don't have any right whatever to do what they are doing. That is to tell you that according to my spiritual father, Reverend Father Mbaka, he will say the government of Nigeria is barbaric. It's barbaric, and you cannot tell me that why will you go in and ask a sitting governor to come down and for an interview, and that something was said. You have to ask the DSS, right? That was the people that invited him for an interview. You have to go in and ask them. He is the governor of Benue State, and this man has seen so many bloodshed, and this man cannot watch his people being killed all the time. It's just like you have a child. Every day you have 10 children. Every day one will be killed. Tomorrow the other one will be killed. How will you feel? Autumn has been pushed to the wall. I was opportune to be in Benue State because National State and Benue State are not far. I know Benue State very well. This is a place where you go, things should be okay for you. If it is in terms of food, you will eat. Anything you want in Benue State, they are the best people in terms of, from Niger State you get another set of people you will see again that produce the highest number of food are Benue people. Pounded yam is what they welcome you with. You eat pounded yam as if, but today, go to Benue State and ask an ordinary, average citizen that this is, can you go to farm? He will tell you, I don't want to be killed. So definitely, whether you like it or not, Autumn has been pushed to the wall. He cannot watch, that is what we call a good leader. He cannot watch his people being killed every day. It's not good, my brother. Even for a sitting government to watch the citizen being killed, and he is happy over it. Every day what they do is all they sit down, share money. You are no more interested in the life of your citizens. It means the devil, my brother, believe me, let me use this word, sorry, I'm not supposed to say this. Believe me, whether you like it or not, the devil has taken over Asoro. It's not being ruled by God again, because we rejected a so-called man that was supposed to be a liberator to this particular nation. And we started it over to a man whom we don't even know what he stands for. So you cannot tell me that Autumn, I respect him a lot, in the sense that his members has been pushed to the wall. Every day you wake up, go to Benue State, my brother, you will shed tears. How I wish your opportunity to be there. Like 15 to 20 years ago, you would love to be in Benue State. But go there now. you will be eager to leave Benue because they are very close to Enugu there and very close to Nasarawa State and close to Kogi State. They share boundary. And even Taraba State and even Ebonyi State, they are not too far. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. But go there now, my brother. You will not live there because you are afraid of unknown. And who are the unknown? The Fulani herdsmen.
Okay. Your final thoughts, Mr.
My
Tan?
final thought is, let's the government keep on doing what they are doing. All I know is that one day, the good Lord will surely bring them down because we cannot continue like this. We have been pushed to the wall. Okay. So many things are happening. Thank you very much. Still remain your humble servant, Charles Isuchuboyodi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. I have my wonderful brother. No, after. Good morning, long time.
Yeah, long time.
I forgot to tell your name.
Peter.
Mr. Peter.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you.
You said something last time. I think, if I remember what you said that there is a conspiracy in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And let's look at what happened. Channels TV inviting the presenters, the journalists to Abuja, querying them on what the governor said and also the former naval officer said. How do you look at all that played out?
Everything that is happening is bound to happen because of the problem we have caused from the beginning. Situations like this will always happen. Every day we will hear different kind of news. It's normal. So if you see a story like this, it's something that is going to happen. It's something that is bound to happen. If you stop trying to beat around the bush or trying to start making a story out of a story that already happened. That's why I don't really want to talk much about it or say why would they be inviting people or why they invite. It doesn't matter anyway. It's going to happen. Situations like this will always happen.
What happened in the beginning? Say because of what happened? What happened?
Right now, Nigeria's problem is corruption. Everything is in place. Everything is working through. Like a tree.
It's a system.
Yeah, like the system. Like the systematic problem. So things like this always happen. Some people will speak the truth. Some people won't. We will always be divided on situations like this. There are some people that are for it, there are some people that are against it. That's why I don't want to talk much on situations like this.
Are you for or against?
I don't know the full details. So that's why I cannot say I'm for or against. That's why I don't want to choose sides anymore.
How do you look at the deaths in the north? Especially this one that happened in Jos.
Who's responsible? It's disappointing. It's heartbreaking. These are human beings being killed, not animals. Now, our own president, which is his duty to provide security for his own country, is not being active. You are wondering where's our own president? Our people are being killed on daily basis, like it's in an alarming rate, like as if it doesn't matter anymore. Now, our government wants us to normalize killing. They want to turn it to a normal thing, which is not normal. Those are human beings being killed. So if situations like this are happening, it's because of the same corruption in the military. Like I checked recently how many soldiers we have. We have 160,000 soldiers. How can we have 160,000 soldiers in this country and a few people who don't even know their names? I never up to how many numbers are just butchering people. 160,000 soldiers. If we deploy 5,000 soldiers in that state, in the space of 3 weeks, we'll clear that state. 5,000 troops. Every local government. If you split 5,000 troops between every local government,
like in Plateau State.
Yeah. If we're just pushing 5,000 troops right now to tackle the situation, but we don't have an active president. Everything is about the next.
In what way don't you have an active president?
He's not being active concerning the situation in killing in this country due to insecurity. He will just come out and start saying that people want to drop down his government, bring in different speeches. That people is against his government and want that people are being killed, and he's not even taking it serious. I believe that we have a lot of ghost workers in the Nigerian army. A lot of soldiers are even resigning.
What do you mean by ghost workers?
When I mean ghost workers, is soldiers are there on paper, but they are not there in reality. Because we cannot be losing people like that. The same thing with the police force. People cannot be killed. They can spend hours killing people in a community. Military will not show up. Police will not show up. Like how come? It's not easy to just kill 30 people. Like people can be running for their lives. It takes hours, 2 hours. They were raiding villages, burning down houses. And where is our security? Like where is our security? The other time, a couple of days ago, it was NDA Academy. Like, what's going on? Like when I saw this, I was disappointed. They even kidnapped officers. What is going on? A soldier who is well trained, A soldier who has the ability to defend his own self, can even defend his own self against criminals in our own defense headquarters, defense academy. What about the cadets? So this kind of news is disappointing.
What's the way forward?
The way forward is change, and we as a people, I don't see Nigeria as a country that has leadership problem. I see a country that has followership problem.
Followership problem. Yes, interesting.
That's the problem Nigeria has, followership problem. We don't want to stop following these people that is actually destroying our country. We don't want to stop following people that is actually bringing corruption to the country. We don't want to stop following them. We need to start learn to make a stand as a nation. Now, government deceives us by giving us PVC. That's a scam.
PVC is a scam.
It's a scam.
Okay.
It's a big time scam. We have to learn to start confiscating. We have to destroy one PVC. That we don't want to be part of this government. That we want a new government. Every Nigeria does not have to participate in the next election. But yeah, we'll still go and participate in the next election. Igbos are shouting Biafrans, but they will still participate in the next election. That's you are part of the government. That means you don't actually want change. You cannot say you want change and you are still participating in that.
In the activity.
Yeah, this is in government activities. That is voting. They say this is your right. Vote for me. You are part of the government. If I have a PVC, I'm also part of the government. It means I can't fight the government. Either I vote for or against. I'm still part of the government if I have a PVC. We as Nigerians, we need to destroy that PVC to have a fresh start. 2023 now, nobody comes out to vote. A new government has to take over. The military has to take over. Buhari has to hand over. It's just common sense. That's why we have followership problem. We are following the same people that is destroying our country. Governor Autumn is talking about killings in his own state. Can he come out and say he's not corrupt? He cannot do that. He wants to chop free money. He doesn't want to work for it. That's why I say it. He wants to invest in free money. He doesn't want to work for it. That's why I don't support any governor anymore. I don't support anything government office or anybody that's in government positions. I do not support them anymore. Can you come out and say I am different? Can you come and say that can you come and stand out and say I am different here? That I want change in my own state? He cannot do that.
Even Governor Wike.
They all cannot do that, but they come and shout insecurity, insecurity, insecurity. That's the problem you're having in this country.
So
he wants to chop free money.
How do we solve that problem, that followership problem? How do we solve it?
Followership problem is we as people, like I said, you cannot negotiate under the table. You have to make a stand. 2023, nobody comes out to vote. Then there's a problem. They start to beg us. If we vote, they have power over us. That is the first stand we as a people we need to start making. If Biafrans actually want to actualize Biafra, they have to stop participating in the election. Then what happens when nobody comes out to vote?
Civil disobedience.
They tell you it's your right, it's not your right. How can voting be your right and at the end of the day they rig the election? They have violated your right. Then it's not your right anymore. You are shouting, we want insecurity to end, we want corruption to stop, and you are still voting for the same people who are actually doing these things. There's injustice in the country.
But Boko Haram is believe in dialogue.
That's not the problem. Boko Haram is giving forgiveness. Like these are people murdering innocent people, raping young girls, and our own military is affecting them back into the community. Like what are we doing as a nation? If we make this stand on stop participating in government activities, especially in the election, then we are talking of change. They will start to beg us. That's the problem. How can you sell your own vote? You say, oh, make a chop inside government money. You sell your own vote for 1,000 and 500 naira, a rika of rice. Then you come out and complain. The same people that are complaining about this Buhari are the same people that voted for him. Are the same people that sold their vote to APC. They were the same people, but they're the same people that are complaining. It doesn't make sense. We have to say we are no longer part of this anymore. Dialogue. They will start begging us.
Like APC is saying, change starts with you.
So we as now, I don't have a PVC and I don't want to get one. I have never voted before. I cannot vote for somebody that is destroying the same country that my future is in. All of us are connected. We all have to know that. We all are connected. Is that we fight for Nigeria or we fight for whatever region we want to fight for? So we have to make that change. And that's what we are not working on. Millions of people will still come out and vote. They will still read the election. Millions of people come out and vote and participate in the next election, 2023. And we'll still complain that there's no change. We need change in our military. We need serious change. A lot of people have died. A lot of people have died. A lot of Nigerians have died all across the country. Me and you are here because we're in Lagos. It's because of it's not affecting us in Lagos. If it happens in Lagos, there's a big problem. Companies will shut down now. People will lose their jobs. Insecurity creates unemployment. Insecurity creates famine. That's what people don't know. Investors will not go to the north because it's not secured. Why take millions of naira and go and invest when it's not secured? When you can actually lose that in a blink of an eye. Like criminals can just come and destroy your business. Why go there? So there will always be unemployment in the northern part of the country. Or in any part where there's insecurity. It's just common sense. It's common logic. So now, if we want change, we have to be straightforward. We have to stand on our word. Not today they'll come and give you money that you change your mouth. That you change your mind. It doesn't work that way.
You must be resolute.
That's why government don't like him to become. They've given him money before. He rejected it. He's on his stand. That's what they want. That is how you can actualize something. Because he's not part of that corrupt government. That's why they see now as an enemy. He's not an enemy of Nigeria, but he's an enemy of the government. Government sees him as an enemy. Because he's not part of it. So you cannot be fighting for freedom in one side, and the other side, you are actually destroying your own country, destroying your own community, destroying your own state as a governor. You cannot be embezzling money. So freedom comes at a price. We all have to be ready to pay that price as citizens of this country. We all have to be ready to pay that price. Instead of playing politics or pointing fingers at each other, we have to learn to pay that price. Change has to take place. As I say, followership is still our problem. Election will come now. You see that everybody's brain will just shut up, like if they use switch. Everybody's brain will just off. Okay. All of a sudden, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I enjoyed your comments. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
I know you must have followed what Biden said after the killing.
Yes.
He said he takes responsibility.
Yes.
What should Nigeria learn from this?
You are saying what should Nigeria learn from this? America and Nigeria, they are not on the same page. And what is happening, do not expose America as a weak state. But Nigeria is a weak state when you compare with America. But if you look at the strategy of Joe Biden, I think he would have done it better. Because I have a situation where you now expose your military personnel, Navy SEAL, to danger. That bomb that was detonated killed some American soldiers and some Navy SEAL. And that is not, it's a disturbing story anyway. Though Joe Biden has said that they are not going to forgive them, that they are going to retaliate at their own time and the place they choose to do it. And I can understand that Joe Biden is tarrying because evacuation is still ongoing. Because there is a step he will take now, it will expose Americans and what they call friends of Americans in Afghanistan currently to more danger. So I think they want to complete the whole process of evacuation before he replied them. But I can tell you that American government is definitely going to retaliate. America will not take it.
Owning to the killing, owning up. Nigeria, you need to learn a lesson from owning up to what is happening. The president currently, from his body language, he doesn't own up to what is happening in the country.
When you say own up, it is when somebody is culpable, responsible of doing a particular thing. You are saying you should own up. Like the Taliban, you are, whether if they take an action, you are asking them, maybe they take a responsibility. Yeah. But what they are saying is, what we are saying in Nigeria is not a question of the president owning up. It's a question of the president accepting responsibility for failure. Because if it behoves on you to protect life and property, and bandits are killing Nigerians, Fulani henchmen are killing Nigerians, raping, kidnapping for ransom. So there is failure of leadership. So Mr. President should take responsibility for that failure. Not that he should own up for the action, because he's not the one doing it. But what we are saying is, whether we like it or not, there is a failure in security in this country. Because almost every strata of the society, almost every state, if not every local government, you see one crisis, or you see kidnapping, you see raping, or you see land grabbing, or you see Fulani herdsmen excesses. And the bottom line is land resources. You and I know that land is fixed. It's not increasing, but the population is increasing. Be that as it may, you don't expect people to start coming from other parts of the world in form of herders, because we have indigenous herders who go about nomadic life. You now open the door for herders to start converging from different parts of the world into Nigeria. And it is the government and the Fulani themselves who can identify and know who are these foreign herders. Because everybody have agreed, including Mr. President, that these herders who with AK-47 and some other security weapons are foreign herders. And everybody is on the same page on this issue. Because if you look at federal government, they recently approved 6.25 billion naira to build ranches in Katsina State. So it means the federal government in a way have agreed that ranches is the way to go. So why is Mr. President turning around to try to see whether he could compel other people to go about open grazing that is no longer fashionable? So if we are looking at the lessons we should learn, I think we have a peculiar case, a peculiar scenario that the government needed to rise to the occasion to protect life and property. And the problem in this country is people have a feeling that the reason Mr. President and this government is not using that whip power, that using that federal might on herders is perhaps because Mr. President is a Fulani man. And by the time you start seeing lukewarm attitude from the federal government, you start seeing lackadaisical attitude from the federal government, you start seeing food dragging in addressing all these issues from the federal government, one will be tempted to believe that actually Mr. President is doing it because these are his people. So Mr. President have a responsibility to prove us wrong, that our impression is wrong, by coming out boldly with all the might of Nigerian sovereignty to come against these headers. I'm not saying all the headers anyway, these killer headers. Because one, they are giving himself, I mean Mr. President, they are giving him bad image. They are giving the Fulani race bad image. Because the way it stands today, nobody is willing and ready to have Fulani man as his neighbor in Nigeria. Because the Fulani man have been stigmatized. And it's unfortunate. So how do we find ourselves here? Like Otto was saying, I understand NBC have queried channels for interviewed Autumn and one other guy. But if you look at the issues Autumn raised, you may say that his language is unbecoming of a leader, but all the issues he raised that are pertinent and paramount. Because how can you, on one breath, you gave 6.25 billion to Katsina to build ranch, and you know that Benue State is having the epicenter of these herders host community clashes. And when they talk about livestock transformation plan, all the state governors were part of it and they supported it. You want to do pilot phase of that livestock transformation plan, you didn't capture Benue State. And when it comes to land that is in contention as a result of grazing, Benue State is the highest, because Benue State has the best arable land in this country. So that's why people are saying that the president is not being fair, that he's biased. I think it was on those premises that Otton was speaking out. It was a passionate assertion he was making, because according to him, he have had conversation on this. They have interrogated this issue at so many forums, including himself having interface with Mr. President on this. And he has said that Mr. President's position is that until you allow open grazing, that you are not solving the problem. So how can everybody, all the stakeholders, be telling you that open grazing is archaic. It's no longer fashionable. It was fashionable in the time past, but now it has been overtaken by events. And more so, as there is no law backing what Mr. President is saying. We have been saying it, quite agreed. There used to be 415 grazing reserves and grazing routes in Nigeria, out of which 141 were gazetted. But this is when we had southern and northern protectorates. And if you are talking about the law currently, you'll be looking at the laws, the states that came out of the northern protectorate. And out of the total states that came out of the northern protectorate, only Kwara and perhaps Bauchi or so domesticated that open grazing and forest reserve and grazing routes. And if you go and look at Kwara's current status quo, it prohibits you grazing outside grazing reserve. So where is Mr. President getting all this advice from? I think those are the areas Autumn we are addressing. And if you look at the position of NBC, you see a government that is interested in gagging the press, suppressing the press, so that next time, if you want to speak your mind on their platform, they'll be scared, and they want to tailor you or guide you or deprive you from airing your view. So for me, I think the federal government should allow the press that freedom of speech, that freedom to operate.
You are saying that they're not allowing them?
Yes. All this move you are seeing is to gag the press, to suppress the press, to decide for them what to air and what not to air. I agree there are some areas where there are certain things that may be a threat to national interest or to national security, but not to the point what Autumn was saying. Autumn was merely expressing his frustration, even as a governor that goes by the name of governor and chief security officer of the state. You do not parade any security power. And you see Mr. President sitting in Abuja dishing order, saying that you want to even use fiat government policy to review open grazing routes and grazing reserve that never even existed in the constitution. Whether we like it or not, part of what Autumn was saying again, that if you look at the Eastern laws, Land Use Act of 1978 puts the custody of the land in the position of the state governors, who holds it in trust for the people of the states. So even if you say you are even having a grazing reserve in Lagos State, a grazing route in Lagos State for instance, the federal government do not have right to come to Lagos State to start appropriating and deciding who should go there to graze. Because it's the Lagos State governor that gives certificate of occupancy and gives approval for land usage. So it is on that basis he was questioning that, does it mean all the array of legal luminaries and the Attorney General of the Federation, they are not advising this part appropriately and correctly?
Okay. So your final thought, Mr.
My final thought is that Mr. President and this government should save us all this embarrassment of what they would normally call non-state actors, ragtags, defiling the sovereignty of Nigeria, by being sincere and going for the right option of addressing all this period of insecurity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Mr.
Yeah, morning. How you doing, man? How you doing?
It seems you are in a business.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm with you here. My mind is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can also introduce us if you are having any business.
No, it's my estate job. I try, this country you have to get yourself occupied.
Okay.
If not,
Red Cross, worry over shortage of blood as NMA laments rising number of victims. That is the just killings. This is not a good time to be in Nigeria.
It's not a good time. And I think very soon now, what we'll be hearing, I think they must have started calling them unknown gunmen. Unknown gunmen. But the just issue is very clear. It was
very clear.
Yeah, very clear. You see, since they created just not I mean just south, capped just south from just
Not.
municipal entirely, just not. That is when the problem, the beginning of the problem. That was the beginning of the problem. That day, they splitted those two people, in which everybody now has his own entity. Everybody is now forming power mic in his own entity. I've told you I was fortunate to be in Jos a while, and I went through, I did my investigations, underground investigations with the indigens there, the real so-called lantern people. And I found out a lot of things that the former ex-military head of state was the, happens to, you put the blame game on that ex-military head of state. In quote, I say, he is the one that bring the people that are not supposed to, even, come together, meeting together. Like when you look at these particular guys from the Jos South, they are Aboriginal S-men, full nomadic S-men. They've got nothing to gain than destruction. Even normally, if you're in Jos, if you're in barricading in Jos, anybody that have been to Jos will be able to bear me witness. They can easily come at any time, harass people at the park where all these Eastern luxurious buses load. Ezenwa, Kenedelechuku, all of them. They come around, they harass people, they steal their money, they harass them, and go back to their base in the Jos now. And when you see their base, they're just like, what's it called? Taliban hideout, cave, Taliban cave. When you see their houses, so I don't know. And the same problem they are having in Jos is what the whole state, some southern states are experiencing today, from the hands of the full enhancement, from the hands of the non-government that the government has turned to unknown government. So the problem of Jos, I think the lasting solution, they have to bring on board everybody right from when the problem started, and the person in power there who is still alive now, they bring him on board and they all sit down and part away they want to live.
Living, are you saying they should divide?
There's no way they can divide because they are still under one umbrella, they are under one state. But those people that are forming Jos North, I mean, that are saying they are just southern Jos, they are the problem of the Jos people. They are the problem.
No, the government is saying that those people that are perpetrating the problem, they are from outside.
Which outside? That's always said they are from outside. This problem has been going on for a while. Everybody knows that. It says nothing. It says nothing. They shouldn't be deceiving us.
So it's those behind crisis residents in other states.
They are from other states. Which other states? Which other states? These Jos people. I could listen to one of them, interview when they went to deposit some 36 cops they killed in front of the government house, Jos government house. That guy was saying, you place a curfew walk within the site, but the other side have a flea day coming out to attack them. Same thing happens in Kaduna. You could see what is going on in Kaduna between the Christian Kaduna and don't let us go religion-wise, but everybody knows what is going on in this country is religion bigotry, ethnic bigotry, nepotism going on. Why can you be calling some other people?
The governor can say, the chief security officer of the state can say that the people perpetrating the problem, attacking, causing crisis are from other states. How would I want to look at your own?
Now, the people that killed the Islamic people that went on Islamic tourism in Bauchi, were they from other states? Were they from other states? Do you know, I told you these people is hit me wrong, I come back, I strike you. Just issue is been going on for long. So anybody that is telling you that is strange to him, that leader must hide his face in shame.
Let's look at the NBC.
broadcasting company again.
Yes.
They want to sanction inviting channels, and let channels go. Let them go. Let them attend the what's it called invitation. Let them go. What have they done wrong? Because they hear one Commodore, very brave Commodore. They hear granted him interview on their channel, and that guy spoke what is being hidden from us, what the same government is hiding from us. The guy came out and revealed that these people, there must be an infiltrators among the government, that the power brokers in the government, they know all this what's it called, X-Men, they know all this Fulani, what's it called, X-Men, they know all this Boko Haram, they know all this bandits. Now, what brought channels into problem, they don't even have problem to me, because this is the real standard which journalism must be practiced, in which channel is doing. Now, what is their own issue now is they brought a guest, and that guest say what is really going on in this country. It did not minus anything, it did not add up anything. He's saying it the way it is. And once we stop saying the truth, once we stop fooling ourselves in this country and we imbibe the truth in this country, we will see there shall be, there shall be liberty, there shall be freedom at the end of the day.
Somebody is saying that the problem we have in Nigeria is not the leadership problem, but it's followership problem.
It's a followership. Likewise, that's I've been insisting on. I quite agree with the guy, because if the followership has direction, the leadership cannot just force them to the direction they don't want to go. But the followership are so blind now that they don't even know their left, right from their left from their right. So anywhere they push them to, they follow. So, and majority of this leadership, where did they pick them from? They pick them from among us. They pick them from among us. And when they get to that seat, they've been elected into, they turn to monster. They will change, definitely. And that thing is in genetic, blood of average Nigeria. If average Nigeria has not made money, you will see him. It will be, but let the money come into his pocket. Level go change. Format go change. That is when you cannot even access him again. That is when you cannot even hear him again. That is when they will now start, discriminating Nigerians. Say this one is a common Nigeria, this one is a miscreant, this one, a lot of problem in this country.
Lastly, rainfall prediction.
I'm going to talk more. No.
Rainfall prediction. Residents of low-lying areas should relocate. Lagos State government.
Lagos State is is a coastal area, so it's been a norm in Lagos State. And another thing,
this one you should relocate.
It should relocate, but let the Lagos State government too do the needful. Our canal, our drainage, they are always filled up. And who are the people throwing, dirt into this canal? They are you, all of us, we Nigerians. We take bottled water, we dump it inside drainage. We take anything, we drop it inside drainage. You see, we have attitude problem in this country. Yeah, we have attitudinal problem in this country. Until we start changing our way of life, that is when those leaders say will take us serious. Because I cannot see when they're in a country, when a country is going through serious insecurity, and we know these people that are perpetrating this security issue. Yeah. You caught them in Dubai, you caught some of their financial in Dubai. Up till now, we've not seen any trial. All these bandits, they've been having flea day. They've been, having flea day, collecting millions upon millions ransom, enjoying themselves, and our government will still now say unknown government. Where they told them the location where they are, Zamfara and this thing, bring one of them out, let us see them on trial, so that we will know these people have names. They have names. Which one is unknown government? Until the government starts changing their tongue, calling these people known government, not unknown government. That is when I will know. Okay. This was really serious.
Question. Buhari working to leaving behind safe, prosperous nation in 2023. SGF assures that our president, what he's doing is trying to leave a safe government. How do you look at what is happening and connect it to what this man said?
We're saying that.
SGF.
secretary to Federal. They are, you see, anything that comes from the presidency, Boss Mustafa, anything that comes from the presidency, right from onset, Christian, you saw yourself, no, it's always contradictory to what is going on in the system, because they are living apart. We are living, we and the presidency, we are apart. The presidency don't even know what is going on the down road. If not the insecurity that is happening in the north now, the presidency will not even know that an average Nigerian on the street cannot even guarantee himself, he or herself, a meal, one square meal. You could see them, they will just wake up one day and bring up one policy. You know, it's not about sweet talk, it's not about talk, it's about walking the talk. It's not just coming every day and start fooling Nigeria, or start you know, fooling us that everything is going on well. We are working to, let us see the action. And I keep saying, a country that is not secure, no matter if you like, build sky, build sky, you know, build skyscraper on the mountain, nobody will see you that you've done anything. Because when there's no security of life, when there's no peace, there can't be any way for people to appreciate anything you've done. To me, security. It's only when you're secured, you can go to work. It's only when you're secured, you can do your daily activities. Because insecurity starts happening now, everybody will be indoor, you won't be able to move. So they should take care of the security, and if they can't take care of the security, they should get out of the power and let the people that can take charge. Enough of this talk. Blame game. And Nigerian politicians are the deadly politicians all over the world. When there's crisis in other climes, they've come together to provide solutions. That time, the politics of bitterness will go away. Politics of interest of the masses, the rule will come in. Say, let us see how we can get these guys out of this calamity they are now. But Nigeria here is politics of bitterness, is politics of hatred, is politics of pulling down. If I'm not in your party, if I'm not in your government, I have to pull you down. If I'm an opposition, I have to pull the government in power down. And that is what brought us to all this insecurity we have today. Because they've refused to come together to form a common ground on Nigerian issue. So that's it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kule. Appreciate it. I have Mr. Okokondem here this morning. Good morning, Mr. Okokondem.
Good morning,
Long
Mr.
time
Christian.
they've been asking after you.
I
told them you are busy with work.
Even though I've read some of the tests, but let me thank Father Yahweh.
Okay.
Oh Lord God Almighty, Father Yahweh, I thank thee, I praise thee. I magnify you for keeping me alive throughout the whole days I'm absent here. No evil befell upon me. I thank thee for our viewers whom you have kept alive up to this day. I thank thee for those who know that we are important, our viewers, even those that were asking of me. Father Yahweh, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank thee for providing Philip TV that make it possible for we common people, our voice to be heard all over the world. I said, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank thee for keeping IPOB alive. I thank thee for keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alive. I thank thee for taking the control of the situation in Nigeria. I thank thee for what is happening in Jos now. Now, this came to teach me to better lesson that are not part of those people. Father Yahweh, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank thee, be glorified in the name of my Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. I am Mr. Akbara, the new Okokondem in this Second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live our viewers. Long live all over the world, the people that love peace, the people that love goodness, the people that love truth and understand the truth. Long live every one of you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. First of all, let me thank those my fans that were asking of me. Somebody like Celestine Pius, somebody like Mr. Akpan. They asked of me, and the one in German, not German, Spain. It's those between them, but mainly Spain. I thank all of you. May God Almighty bless every one of us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Uzodinma is saying that there's nothing like open grazing bill in Imo State.
Yeah.
Disassociated himself from the Southerners.
He isolated himself from Southerners. But where is he?
Governors.
Southern governor, where is he? Is he a governor in the north? Is he a governor in Zanzibar forest? Is he a governor in desert? Can he go and contest with El-Rufai in Kaduna? Can he go to any northern state to contest with them? Whether he like it or not, he is a governor in the south. Whether he like it or not, he must surely abide by the law of the people. We, the Imo people.
How do you want to force him?
I say he will. Anyway, we are not the one that elected him. That's why he's messing up. We did not elect Uzodinma. We don't know him as our governor. Whom we know as a governor is Ihedioha. He is Supreme Court governor. Stupid court known as Supreme Court of Nigeria governor. He's not the governor of Imo State. When the time reach, we will know whether he's accepted or not. Time haven't reached. Let those Fulanis, let those Janjawees, let those Kabas, Mianti Allah bring their cattle in Imo State.
They are currently in Imo State.
I said, well, do you know that they're killing in Imo State now? In the same local government, this is what they might come. I heard the news now that there's a killing now. The people and the armed forces and security agents are shooting themselves now in Imo State. I heard the news now. You see, the so-called Uzodinma,
Your governor.
not my governor, he's not governing me.
From Imo State.
I'm from Imo State, but
The governor of
excuse
Imo
me,
State.
he's the governor of Imo State. I'm now in Lagos. What is his name? Sawalu.
Yeah.
He's the governor of Lagos State, where I am now. I'm paying my tax in Lagos State. I'm eating in Lagos State. I'm drinking water of Lagos State. I'm breathing the air of Lagos State, not of Imo State. You understand what I'm saying?
Are you denying?
I'm not denying my state. That's my state of origin. But and I'm eating here. Every day I went to back home, try to reside with Uzodinma. He cannot lay hand on me. Father Yahweh will destroy him. Uzodinma cannot lay his hand on me. As I'm talking to you now.
He has power.
Yeah, demonic power. Satanic power. But
Power he has the police. He has DSS.
Bible told me.
Political power.
Bible told me that I should not fear him who can destroy the body but has no power over the soul. But I should fear him who has power to destroy the body and still catch the soul in hellfire, which is Father Yahweh, Jehovah God Almighty. It's only him that has power. Uzodinma don't have power. Uzodinma is not more than Nebuchadnezzar. God deal with Nebuchadnezzar. Uzodinma is not more than Pharaoh. God deal with the Pharaoh. Even in Nigeria here, look at Abacha. Why can't they learn from Abacha? Why can't they learn from the late Abakari? Why can't they learn from them? Who has the power? Who owns the power? If Awo can die, Zik die, Ojukwu die, Akintola die, even Hiroshi die, Nzogwu die, Amadu Bello die, Tafa Balewa die, then who else cannot die? Who is this Uzodinma? Whom God will see his brick now, he become a dust. It's nonsense.
That's a sitting governor.
I said he's nonsense a governor. Nonsense governor. Nonsense governor who cannot think of his life. Who cannot think the life of his people. Who cannot think the life of his generation. Is he a woman being? He's a beast. He's a beast in sheep in human clothing. Uzodinma is a beast in human clothing. He's a beast in human clothing.
Why so much contempt for? Why so much hatred?
Not the hatred. Not the hatred. The way you beat their drum, that's how people will dance for you. People are dancing the drum of Uzodinma as he beating it. Okay, ask Uzodinma from his ancestors, to his present time, have they ever had people rearing cow in his lineage? Ask him. Do they have ordinary goat in his yard, in his house, to rear? Now we are going to bring cattle from outside. You see how the people are killing, even their own people, even in Taraba. The emir of Taraba quit them. Emir is Fulani throne. He still quit them from Taraba. Now we are trying to welcome them. Is Uzodinma emir? Is Uzodinma Sariki.
The Constitution of Nigeria accepts everybody.
The Constitution of Nigeria accept anybody, but the Constitution
Everybody, not
excuse me, the Constitution of Nigeria accept everybody.
every Nigerian.
Every Nigerian, but not criminals. The Constitution of Nigeria says you should deal with criminals. You should arrest them, jail them, judge them. The Constitution of Nigeria did not permit killing. The Constitution of Nigeria do not accept murderers. The Constitution of Nigeria do not ask you to take your cattle to people's farm to destroy it. The Constitution of Nigeria do not permit you to deny people's mandate, to rob people's mandate, and they use Supreme Court to rob Imo State their mandate of Yediohan. The Nigerian Constitution did not prove it. Constitution. The Constitution said we should destroy our own life. Constitution did not allow you to go outside, bring inventors in the name of Fulani herdsmen to come and invent your people. Constitution did not allow it. Therefore, Uzodinma is on his own. Whether he like it or not, he cannot deny to being a certain man. Uzodinma cannot deny being a certain man. Uzodinma cannot deny being an Imo State. But at the end, they will make him use and dump.
They will make him.
Use and dump. If the northern government can kill Abiola, press bottle until Abiola die, because Abiola die under the northern government of Nigeria, and Abiola was a co-Muslim, and Abiola was OIC chairman in Nigeria. Upon all his connections, they seek him. How much more ordinary Uzodinma? Have Uzodinma have connection in the world more than Abiola? Uzodinma have connection more than Abiola in Nigeria here. Who is Uzodinma? When the time reach, we, the people of Imo State, when we face him, short, I will know when he killed the whole people in Imo State, whether only him will stay. It's better for Uzodinma with his alliance to kill all the whole people in Imo State than for him to be alive. See him giving our land to cattle. Not to those people, let them come. Even as you're saying, in Ebonyi, in Abia State, Isukwato, local government in Abia State.
That's where I'm from.
There's a killing there now. There's a killing there now. According to the member of Abia State House Assembly representing Isukwato constituency, he said that the Fulani herdsmen came there. Then he went and called Mianti Anla branch in Imo State. Look at it in Abia State. Mianti Anla have branch all over Federation. He went and called them to tell these people to quit their land. That they are messing up. So told them to quit. They went and occupied the whole vast area, started raping and killing. They refused to go. They started raping and killing. When the vigilante went and to confront them, and all of them were empowered also, they managed to get the ones they get. They, with their gun, with their charms, with their everything, they proved to the world that they are people causing the mayhem. They went them, give them to police. 4 battalion on Hafia. The commandant of 4 battalion on Hafia give order to release them, and all of them were released. They go back. This is what is happening in Nigeria. The state constitution is working. A commandant of 4 battalion brigade on Hafia give order. They should release them to go. All of them go with their weapon and everything. And you say you are operating on constitution. Now, when they table the case, demand too. He rose the issue in Abia State House of Assembly 3 times. When they look into it, they invite all the security agents, including the 4 battalion in Ohafia, Abia State. All of them come and sit down and the whole dialogue how to stop those people and send them away. It's still up to today, they're still operating. Killing. And they say we're operating on constitution. Which constitution? Which constitution? Now, day before yesterday, Shehu Garba, the so-called assistant press secretary or whatever, or medium or whatever to the president, because of what Autumn said.
That was yesterday.
Yesterday, he came in the air, lambasting Autumn. Because Autumn said the truth. This is why I tell you, say remember the other time I told you that if Buhari and his Mianti Ala Fulani government of Nigeria want to revive that grazing route. They will revive it. Shebi, I told you last time. Now, Uzodima will show you example. Imo State is the heart of Igbo Southeast. That's what they call it, heartland in their logo, heartland. Now, before they go march their cattle en route, on foot to reach Imo State, they will pass Anambra, they will pass Ebonyi, they will pass Enugu before they enter Imo State. Now, the grazing route haven't been created by itself. Haven't it created by itself? They have created by itself. This is why I want to tell you that if they want to get it, they will get it. Now, most of them have started it, giving it to them in Southeast. And that's what I'm saying. Now, is my word not coming to reality? Now, okay, let's go back to Autumn. What Autumn speak that made them to rise up against him, is it not truth? Now, Shehu Garba came out in the air. Thank God, I'm not the only one that see it. If it's a vision or revelation or dream or prophecy, they will say, I'm a fake man. But this one, he came to air and they air it. Everybody see it. Shehu Garba was able to attack Autumn, to destroy Autumn, to say whatever he want to say unto Autumn, and telling us that Ebonyi state government have collected billions of naira to establish a ranch or grazing system or whatever. Now Ebonyi state governor and Ebonyi said no, there's no land for grazing in their place. And Autumn told you there's a land for ranches.
Ebonyi insists no land for ranching.
For ranches.
Nice collecting government
money.
6 billion naira.
Yes, but Shehu Garba said they collected it. Okay, this one said there's no ranch in their place. You want to give first money to give him money. But who said that there's a ranch in their place? Give me what I give you so that I will build that ranch. There will be no problem again. Let whoever want to rear whatever want to rear go to that ranch and rear. You refuse to give it to him. Are you not looking for trouble? Are you not the one who's responsible for killing? I'm asking a question. I'm not accusing, but I'm asking a question. Yes or no? Now look at it. The same Autumn that there was a time they attempted assassinating him, and a group of people came and said, we are representing 15 nations of Fulani. We are the one that carried the operation on Autumn. What did Shehu Garba say that time? What was his response that time? Because Autumn have come to defend his people, he come to condemn Autumn. I don't know whether Shehu Garba is the one we elect as a president or Buhari. I don't know. Shehu Garba is one of them that is causing confusion in Nigeria. Okay, look at it today now. ABN, NBA have NBC have started questioning Channels Television. Why did you interview Autumn? Had it been Autumn said something that favored the government, they will be happy to him. So which means NBC, Nigeria is using NBC now against freedom of speech. Against freedom of speech. NBC have become Nigerian government tool to suppress the truth. This is Nigeria, yourself, you are using the constitution. That's why I'm putting onto you. There's nothing like a constitution in Nigeria. What they have in Nigeria is confusion. We have confusion in Nigeria, not the constitution. Please, my people.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Okay, I'm coming. You say we have constitution, and the law permit a Jofo, Nnamdi lawyer, to visit Nnamdi Kanu. As he went to visit Nnamdi Kanu, the security apparatus in that place naked him, search him, remove all his shoes, all his. It remained for them to use camera his anus, to search his anus and his penis and his intestine. That's what it remained. To this end, all the whole lawyers that went there, all of them went enter to see Nnamdi Kanu with the ordinary besuit. They provide besuit. To the shoe and socks, they don't allow them to wear. He said we are working on constitution. Where the law have proved it that they should go and visit the man. Even their eyeglass, they remove all their eyeglass. It remains their teeth for them to remove. It remains their teeth for them to remove before they can be able to visit their client, which is too bad. Too bad.
Okay, final thoughts.
My final thought is how Nigeria is going. How the government is handling the situation of Nigeria. How the Nigerian government is one-sided, nepotism. And the stage in Nigeria is now, Nothing can save Nigeria. Then let us everybody go to his own place. IPOB to Biafra, Biafra to Biafra, Arewa to Arewa, Mitubet to Mitubet, Oduduwa to Oduduwa. That's the only solution, because restructuring cannot solve the problem. I'm telling you honestly, the place we are now, restructuring cannot solve the problem. Anything that you said that we still keep Nigeria on one, at the end, okay, look at Taliban. Upon British was here, America was here, NATO was here, Taliban still hold on until after 20 years they came back and take Afghanistan. So will you reach any peace in Nigeria? So these people, Fulani, will still hold on, waiting for the latest opportunity to strike and take over Nigeria. And anybody who enter in agreement for Nigeria to be one, I'm telling you the truth. In the next 40 years, which is one century, one generation, Fulani will come back surprisingly and to wipe everybody off and take over Nigeria. So therefore, everybody should go to his own home. Back to your tent, to all Israel.
Thank you very much.
I am Mr. Akbara, the new Oko condemned in this Second Republic of Biafra, lead by Basin Namdekala and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Omo Biafra. Onara Hakwanona. Dona Kanante. Onyanjiro Babubule Chwende Chembe Nile. IPOB. ESN. Or non-government. Jishin Hiken. Kachewa Gabwa Yume. Mazin Namdekala. Obisiagi Ken. Mosoke Jehovah Gabwa Yume. At the end, we shall overcome our enemies, including Uzodimma. We must surely overcome him. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okokondem. We have come to the end of Bystanders at the news time. But before that, an information: Victor Olai, popular Nollywood actor, popular Teen Cell series on DSTV. If you watch Teen Cell, the man with the afro and also the beard is there, the popular man. I used to enjoy that series. I don't watch Nollywood film, that I do enjoy watching Teen Cell. Mr. Victor Olaiton is dead. I will say may his soul rest in perfect peace. We have come to the end of Bystanders this morning. Till tomorrow, as we meet by God's grace. I'm Christian Chiku on this program.